You know, Delaram, the world has become very, very dangerous, and we must be very vigilant. And we pray that evil doesn't come close to us. Now, something very terrible has happened yet again in Enugu State. And, you know, Enugu State is becoming too, I don't know, volatile when it comes to things like this. A pastor by the name of Prophet Chinedu Ezedike is alleged to have mothered four children belonging to the same parent, okay? And they said this man was a native doctor, okay? A native doctor. He used to be a native doctor, and he now, according to him, converted to, you know, a pastor. Okay, he was converted to a pastor, as it is said. And right now, he has done something so troubling in Enugu State. A chilling tragedy has rocked the Eche Ezema community in Ibiagwo, Aka, Igboeze, South local government of Enugu State, where a local clergyman allegedly murdered four young siblings in cold blood. The victims, Kamsi Chukwu Ezema, 7 years old, Ezinne Ezema, 6 years old, Ujunwa Ezema, 5 years old, and Chinedu Ezema, 4 years old, were reportedly attacked and killed with a pistol by a pastor of a nearby Sabbath church. The suspect, whose name is Prophet Chinedu Ezedike, has been arrested right now. Now, when this happened, they said this actually happened on the 18th of May. You know, the children were pied inside that church. Some people said it was in a cassava farm. Later, they found out that it was in that church, okay? They said the pastor, you know, scaled the fence when the children's parents were away and used a the one we used to pound akpu, eba, and everything. They use it to finish the four children belonging to the same family. Now, the thing is that people began to wonder what actually happened. Is it a beef, or it was for ritual? But apparently with the recent discovery now, they have found out that it may have been for ritual purpose. So initially, this pastor had disappeared, and the driver who was an accomplice also disappeared. But they have been arrested right now, and the local community said, "Okay, now you should come and demolish the church." They called on the government. The reason why this news is making the rounds on social media right now is because the government came back there to demolish the church, and in demolishing the church, they found something that nobody can understand, something like a well, okay? A well up to 20 feet, okay? No window, no door. You have to scale from the fence, use a ladder, and go down to a very dirty well. And the well had a foul smell, so apparently they have been throwing bodies inside the well, and like they have been doing a lot of stuff, and you know, buying people and putting inside the well. These are the kind of crimes that happen in Anambra State. Only recently we saw what happened with the other man, and that is why I say people should just forget about going to places that you do not know in search of power, or of solutions for your problems. And then again, we have all of these fake churches all over the place. I said unapologetically, a lot of them are very, very fake, and God in his infinite mercy is beginning to expose them one after the other. Now, this pastor, upon his arrest, he claimed that he is innocent. Of course, what do you expect? That is his driver that would have done that, because the driver has, you know, harbored a beef with this family. How on earth do you do this to a family? One woman, one man, four children. Four children, you finished all of them. The kind of things that are happening in the East are things that, in fact, are undescribable. Like, you will never even imagine that these kinds of things can happen. And that is why you see right now it's so scary to even go to the East, because it's almost as if every ground, like, sorry, but this is so sad. This is what is going on every day. And it looks like Enugu is becoming very scary. You see Enugu, you see Anambra State, these places have become very scary. Very scary, almost as if they are haunted. It's terrible. I know that we shouldn't generalize, but it's becoming too much. And I think that the authorities should look into this issue of native doctors and all of that. I do know that they are very good Christians there. I do know that they are very good people there as well. But when you continue to hear this kind of things on social media, on the news, you get really, really scared. They said these children were quiet and buried in that church. And you know something? This happens to be a family that is living beside the church. A family that may have even seen this man. They say it's a Sabbath church. A family that may have even seen this man as family. You do this to them. As we speak, that church has been demolished right now. An investigation is ongoing to ascertain what actually happened. And the piece that was used, you know, to finish these children was found, and everything. And they say, initially they said they were dumped in a cassava farm, but again today we are hearing that the bodies were found inside the church. And though the bodies of these children have been buried, but investigation is ongoing. And that is why I'm saying, Delaram, people need to be very, very careful because of the things that are happening in the world today. The world has become such a desperate place. People are so desperate for money. The money you're not going to live forever to eat. Why do this to other people? Why treat other people this way just because you want to use them to make money? This is what has been going on. The church has been demolished. As we are speaking right now, the pastor, the driver, they are in the police custody. Hopefully we get more update on this, but it is very sad to see a woman go through these 4 children from the same parent, all, you know, gruesomely murdered the way it happened. I wanted to bring you this update to let you, Delaram, know that you need to be very, very careful with places where you worship, okay? You need to be very careful. The world has become such a desperate place. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.